everybody comes together. That is the most important thing for me about Christmas, and it's also a really hard time because everybody has high hopes and high expectations for harmony and peace and everything, and that makes everything even more stressing in the beginning. I always try to be at home at least on the 24th and 25th.
I'd say for me, Christmas is important because everybody gets time off of work. You know, that's probably the most important thing about it. As a holiday, it's actually somewhat meaningless to me because it's, you know, technically think of it as like what it represents. It's like an old Roman holiday or something, you know, that we for some reason celebrate, you know, as if we're Roman still. But as a time to be with family and for me to appreciate, you know, the people that I love the most, I think that's what matters about Christmas.
Baking cookies with your granny and stuff like that. That is something that never changes, you know. When I was 5 years old and now I'm 30 years old, I still remember that, you know. And yeah, that is something, yeah, that makes your life valuable, you know, and is always a certain fixed point in the year where you can look back on everything and see what happens, you know. Some family members are not with you anymore because they died or they moved somewhere and everything, and it makes you thinking, and you think about stuff you never thought for the rest of your year because you're into working and stressing and everything.
You know, this makes us sound like we're spoiled babies in California, but most of my family, we actually head south for warmer weather. That's like a tradition.
Really?
It's like we're already in San Diego where the weather is almost perfect, and then we go further south into Mexico every year to get even warmer weather. But that has to do with, you know, all of my family getting off of work and you know, my parents, you know, even though my dad is you know 65, he still works, you know, pretty hard weeks. My mom in particular, you know, works very, very hard, and so they deserve that time off, you know.
In my family, we have a tradition that we decorate like the Christmas tree, and it has to fall over at least twice or thrice, you know. It's like all decorated. That always happens every year, actually, you know. So yeah, it's pretty much a tradition everybody's waiting for.
You know, I've never had a white Christmas where I live, but we've traveled like about 2.5 hours from where we live. We can go up to the mountains, and if you get almost to the very top of that mountain, there's just enough snow, you know, to have a white Christmas. But it's very, you know, very forced, obviously. Nobody really lives up there, and it's kind of, you know, the place that people go specifically to feel like they have seasons, even though they live in California. But
yeah, once I've been to Costa Rica, and that was actually pretty cool. That was I think 99, year 2000, like that year change, and we've been there in for Christmas as well, and that was really cool, really relaxed people. Everybody was like, ah, Feliz Navidad and everything. That was really cool, and there were really cool people. We stayed there, and yeah, we met a lot of new friends that Christmas, yeah. Actually, I thought you were asking whether I experienced the white Christmas, but I'm from the Thuringian woods, so everything is white there, you know, and sometimes not even Santa makes it, it brings the presents because there's too much snow on the streets.